Okay, so here we go again with a lot of people call him Soy Jim Carrey, Steve Crowder. Soy Jim Carrey, he's the namesake of Crowder's Law, which is the dumber the content, the bigger the audience. But another great name, and I think the real accurate way to describe this guy is Dumb P.T. Barnum. Dumb P.T. Barnum. Because this latest thing that he's doing that might get him banned from YouTube, which would be, I don't want to see anybody get banned from YouTube in general because that's a slippery slope, just like marijuana. But he's really asking for a ban with this one because YouTube did say that they're going to crack down on people claiming voter fraud, widespread voter fraud. So he's kind of begging for a ban on this one. And I kind of would like to see him get banned just because he's a massive moron and a racist. He's always doing some kind of racist thing, as you'll see in this. But this video has been up for about 2 days and it's got 1.3 million 1.3 million views. And you'll see the he really is dumb P.T. Barnum because like P.T. Barnum would do things like, I have a mermaid. And you would go in, it would be some weird little shriveled like shrimp or something, like that's a mermaid. And then they're like, wait, that's not a mermaid. He's like, you already paid the $10. Soy annoying racist Jim Carrey, P.T. Barnum.
Everyone's scared. Everyone's scared. I don't want cowards teaching my kids.
So dumb soy P.T. Barnum's next trick is this video. No retreat. Exclusive proof of voter fraud. Louder with Crowder. 1.3 million views in just 2 days.
So let me explain to you what it is that we did, okay? Some of our brilliant researchers here, on a hunch, accumulated voter data from government websites, okay? We checked if the addresses were deliverable by UPS, and then we checked if there was a registered property at that address. So we're going to go through them, but here's a quick snapshot collage, so you can just see boom, 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 boom. So we're going to walk you through
Pretty
all
good
of
editing.
this.
Wow.
And we still have many, many additional addresses to visit. And again, we are starting from scratch. This isn't what I do, but lawyers, people who are involved with election integrity, they're not interested in doing this research. We've done this research. You want to sue it? You want to sue it? Please, make my day. Make my day. So to start this off, actually, we sent one of our interns, who at that point was in Nevada, to go look at some of these addresses in Nevada. So Junior Choi.
Okay. So basically, he's claiming that he found a bunch of voter fraud, which is a bunch of votes happened from addresses that don't exist. But I just love who he sent to check this stuff out and how he treats this guy.
Let's bring him out here and have him talk about, come on in, Junior Choi.
Aww.
Are you confused about where to sit, Junior Choi?
He is.
We did this in run through. Okay.
So it's an Asian kid as his intern, and he plays a gong while he comes in. And if you think it can't get worse than that, check this out.
You need to put on your headphones there. I love how he's sitting on the back pillow like a booster seat. It's meant to support his lower back, but he's using like a phone book.
He's a pretty tall guy, too. You don't need the booster seat.
Did you know that when he was a child, he made those headphones in a sweatshop?
Oh, yeah. I knew I recognized these.
Handy boy.
Oh, boy.
Everyone's
Well, I think this
scared.
will be banned for entirely different reasons. So,
I don't want cowards teaching my kids.
Choi Jr., first off, we think you may be a narcoleptic and you don't know it, but we'll revisit that after we did the Asian rosé shuff.
Worth exploring.
What did you think when you were requested by us? We said, hey, can you go visit some of these addresses? Right away, did you think, well, this isn't going to be a thing?
Well, I mean, I wasn't sure what to expect. I looked at some of the locations on on Google Maps using the satellite mode, and I saw that a lot of them were empty. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to get as many as possible.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know. I remember talking to his dad, Dr.
This is child abuse, by the way, because this dude is so young. This is probably going to come back to haunt him.
Troy, where she said, I saw the empty lot, was flabbergasted. I was like, oh, well, I know. It's like, if this happens, we become, if this is accepted, it's become a banana republic. Like, okay. The store, they have a great sale, clear.
Not even the paid audience is going to laugh at, hey, I'm going to do a Chinese accent with an Asian kid. And a paid, or maybe probably not. I wouldn't be surprised if Crowder doesn't pay his interns with his ill-gotten gains. I'm gonna do a racist Chinese accent in front of this kid. Cool, man. Okay, so here he goes. He starts naming all these addresses. He's like, look, there's not even a house there, or there's not even a building there.
I can. 579 Jackson Avenue. Let's show the clip. This is where it is. That is 579 Jackson Avenue.
Empty
Voted. Guess who?
There used to be a tent there, right?
Oh, man. So somebody actually went through the voter registration data for Clark County where he's making these claims. And here's what they found. And I'll put a link to this. This is all publicly available information. But so the one that he just mentioned, vacant lot at 579 Jackson Avenue. Voters registration shows Jackson Drive is a registered independent. So this is Crowder's error. Dude got the address wrong. That's okay. We all make mistakes. Not the end of the world.
Right? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe there was a tent. Maybe there was an acorn tent.
Could be.
Yeah.
Some comedy.
Or blood drive, where they actually just inject you with hallucinogens.
We'll do some comedy here, but
I don't want cowards teaching my kids.
Steal your vote.
So that was just an empty lot.
Yeah.
1732 Yale Street, apartment 409, right about now. What? Hold on a second.
But
There's nothing there.
That one's even detailed. It's apartment.
1732 Yale Street. Let's look. Vacant lot at 1732 Yale Street. Voter actually lives at 1731. Clerical error, not fraud. So, I mean, I guess this is good what he's doing. He's pointing out some clerical errors that somebody filled out the address wrong. He is doing, I guess, it's sort of like when you bring your kid to work and he just cuts papers up or something and you're like, that's kind of good what he's doing. I guess we can consider that helpful.
Everyone's scared.
1009 South 17th Street. Explain to me. And by the way, that's the paper from last week when you went out and did it.
Yeah.
And no more shooting vertical junior choice.
sorry.
junior.
I'm sorry.
You're supposed to be technologically capable. What was that?
Well, it was just an empty area between
This kid's adorable, by the way.
I don't want cowards teaching my kids.
They shouldn't let Crowder around this kid because
I don't want cowards teaching my kids.
a commercial square and a bank.
And did you check?
There's nothing there.
You checked the addresses before and after those empty lots to make sure that the address it wasn't just moved.
Yeah.
So it just did.
Okay, so 17th Street, vacant lot, 1009 South 17th Street. Voter actually lives at 1009 North 17th Street. Clerical error, not fraud. I mean, again, good. You're doing some helpful work.
It's an address that does not exist.
It just wasn't there. There's nothing there.
It seems like I'm noticing a trend.
This is kind of great. He works in an anti-$15 an hour minimum wage joke. Check this out. This is great.
Yes, you did see a
very
pattern,
interesting.
and you shot yours in landscape mode. Thank you very much. And you're not even an intern.
Tasteful.
So, yeah.
love
Or Asian.
nudes.
Every time you see one of these images and you see it in portrait mode, think 15 an hour.
Oh gosh.
Fight for it.
Says the guy tricking low information people on the internet with easily disproved voter fraud nonsense. We need to lower the right-wing grifter minimum pay. Because of course they're getting paid a whole ton because oligarchs just throw money at them, you know? They probably make Crowder take his clothes off and they throw money at him while he dances. We need to lower. You guys are we can't support you that much anymore. We just can't as a society. This is like the same thing with,
Everyone's scared.
you know, somebody who's you realize you can't live without during the pandemic, somebody who brings you groceries and all. They don't deserve money. But a guy who lies for Dennis Prager and Glenn Beck and all these idiots, I deserve a lot of money. And he says all their names too, this absolute moron. You could have just read the addresses. I'm not going to put in the names, but here we go.
Voted from 221 North, and of course, unless otherwise specified. 221 North Spruce Street is where she voted from, right?
221 North Bruce Street doesn't exist between 219 and 223.
Right about now.
Oh my God.
This is something I have
And that's the one, Marv. That's the silver tuna. See, what he's showing there is, explain to people what you're showing, because you're showing the address numbers there.
Yeah. So, like, the two houses I zoomed into were 219 and 223 North Bruce Street. And there was no 221 in between that. And I asked one of the residents who was actually, like, in front of his house at the time if he'd ever heard of a 221 North Bruce Street.
Everyone's scared. I don't want cowards teaching my kids.
He says he's never heard of it, so.
Do you think, but now, did the person you asked, do you think he could have been lying to you just because you're Asian?
Okay, so let's check that one. 221 North Bruce Street doesn't exist between 219 and 223. Voter actually lives at 221 South Bruce Street, is registered Republican. Clerical error, not fraud. A lot of kids do watch this, probably. This is like a reverse bell curve for his show, right? It's 90-year-olds and 13-year-olds, right? And I will say,
I don't want cowards teaching my kids. Everyone's scared. Everyone's scared.
So the thing is, obviously, and there's more, obviously he's claiming voter fraud, and YouTube has said, if you claim widespread voter fraud, we might have to kick you off the platform. What I imagine he's going to do if he does get busted for this, I don't want to see anybody get kicked off of YouTube, to be honest, not even Alexander Jones, the proprietor of Informational Wars. But I kind of, like, my inner bully kicks in with Steven Crowder because he's such an annoying dork that I would like to see him get kicked off of YouTube and his family all suffer. I'm taking it a little too far. Not his family, just him. Like, oh man, this would be the ultimate. Like, he has to go work at like a yogurt shop. Like, he has to do real work. Like, he discovers what real work is, and then he like joins a union and he becomes like kind of like a leftist, and he's like, I had to go through this. I'm like Job.
And which one of these would you say, by the way, is the worst of the ones that you had visited? Like, which one stood out at you? Was it one of the ones we've already seen, or is it one of the ones coming up?
Okay, one of the ones coming up, actually.
Okay, all right, so
the amount that he gets this poor intern involved in this bit is like, this is child abuse. You know, you might be a kid or a young person watching this and you're dealing with like an adult who's like your caregiver or something. They're not all, you know, they all don't know what they're doing. You know, it's, you can't always trust the adult, the quote unquote adult in the room. Just because someone's, you know, maybe taller and is aged more, it doesn't mean that they should be treated as an authority figure. Let's just say that, okay?
let me know when you say it's the worst one. So this one is from 215
A reminder to self, beep out the name.
South Casino Center Boulevard. And that's, I know you're thinking, oh, he voted from one of those buildings. Field? No, he's voting from the lawn, correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's no address.
Okay, let's look at South Casino Boulevard. Empty grass at 215 South Casino Center Boulevard. So instead of 215 South Casino Center Boulevard, they live at 915. Somebody put a 2 where they should have put a 9. Clerical error, not fraud.
Voted, by the way. Now, just right now, we're going through like 20, 30 of your votes being canceled if you live in Nevada.
Oh, man. Oh, no, Steven. Oh.
Everyone's scared. Everyone's scared.
That each one of these cancels out a legitimate vote.
That's insane.
Oh,
I'm not going for
I'm so mad. I'm so mad. You know what?
So let me explain something to you. No.
Will I let this happen again?
So let me explain something to you. No. 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 No.
Someone stole my vote.
This is something I have a lot of problems with.
This is something I have a lot of problems with.
Intern on Molly?
Look at the kid's kind of having a good time. I like it. He's like, because probably somebody said something about gay. They're like, gay. And he's like, the kid's like,
Everyone's scared. I don't want cowards teaching my kids.
Which actually just makes me want to party with this guy. Hopefully I'm getting that right. Voted from 353 West Bonneville Avenue now.
He's listening to Aphex Twin, the kid in his car. Oh, 353 West Bonneville. 353 West Bonneville Avenue. Voter lives at new apartment at 353 East Bonneville Avenue. Clerical error, not fraud.
Wait,
What was that? House?
I don't know.
Did I hire?
I honestly don't remember.
Did I hire a gay in?
Of course, Steven Crowder doesn't know who Aphex Twin is, but let's get the whole bit in here.
What was that? House?
I don't know.
Did I hire?
I honestly don't remember.
Did I hire a gay intern on Molly?
Gay!
Which actually just makes me want to party with this guy.
Everyone's scared. I don't want cowards teaching my kids.
You have a mental health problem.
This is problems I have a lot of somethings with.
Kid was listening to what song is that on? Kid was listening to the Richard D. James album, and Steve, hey, what is that? Gay? Yay! A million likes.
You got the goods.
Bring that back up. Can you pause it?
Oh,
Because it was
God.
so short. So, no, we don't need to. Okay, so there you go. There's the paper. What is this? What is this? Explain this to me,
So
Troy
this
Jr.
is what I think is the worst one. So it was like
wow.
right in a highway underpass. So
Wow.
I was in the middle of the street, like trying to take this video.
Maybe it was a gay high Hollywood underpass. Yay! Jokes that were barely passable in the early 80s.
So I like didn't take it that long because
Maybe
there was
they're
traffic coming
homeless.
There
behind
wasn't
me.
even a way to pull over?
No.
Yeah, like there was nothing there. Like the closest parking area was like right up at the end of that, and there was a government building. But the thing is, all private parking, so I couldn't actually park there and walk down, or I had to park like 20-minute walk away.
So
from that,
potentially,
so.
maybe we have to.
So just to remember, this is another clerical error. There's absolutely no reason to say these people's names. Like this is a totally unnecessary doxing of these people. I mean, probably that should get him a little strike-a-roon on YouTube. And again, I would like to see him. His channel gets taken down. He's basically not allowed on social media anymore, and he has to work at like TCBY. That's probably the best. Honestly, that's the best for society, and that's the best for him. You know, that's really the best thing that can happen to him. He toughens up a little bit, and he learns what the real world is like. Yeah, so that's okay.
Everyone's scared.
2175 Westgate now.
Oh, that's fast.
Pause that. Yeah, pause
Jeez,
that.
that's
So,
so fast.
pause it, and then Junior Choi, you can explain to us. So what is this exactly?
Okay, so I actually took multiple pictures and videos of this one because there was no 2175. So basically, the house numbers start from 2730 and end at 2834 on that street. So there is no 2175, and I looked around the other parts of the neighborhood, and there was nothing that went below 2730
No.
at all over there.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay, so what's this one? 2175 Westgate Avenue. Voter actually lives at 2675, not 2175, 2675. Clerical error, not fraud. Okay, go ahead.
I was, again, informed by my lawyer. I can't make the claim because we could do way more if we just use Google Earth to confirm it. I was told unless you actually go there or have someone visit there and can prove that you can't actually claim it, you could be removed from YouTube or Facebook. So you guys could do all this research with Google Earth, and at least that'll give you a general idea.
I don't know, buddy. I don't know if that's going to cut it.
Bad Barbie. Bad Barbie.
You might be
Bad Barbie.
in this situation. This might be the guy that I feel the most sorry for. The dude who's always like, he's always in like a hoodie, and he's just like kind of a sidekick of Crowder, but he just seems like somebody's dad who needs the paycheck and really doesn't want to be there.
Possible for a state to go, hey, let's just plug this in real quick and see if that exists.
It's possible if they don't want to. What if they don't want to?
Yeah.
What if someone says, hey, like us right now, hey, we're doing your job for you. They're like, well, I don't want anyone doing that job, period.
Oh, yeah.
Bad Barbie. Bad Barbie. Bad Barbie. Those are naughty thoughts.
No,
Free
I
or
understand.
Awkward.
15 an hour.
Got
Here's another one. Voted from.
How about this for because he does the comment marketing thing. Does Crowder deserve $15 an hour? Like that would actually be totally legit. If the United States did raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour nationwide, but not Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder gets paid $6 an hour. I think that's legit. Again, these are all things that I think would help him, to be honest.
from 5512 Doe Avenue, and that's just an empty lot.
Yep.
Austin.
Jeez.
Yeah, nothing much else about that.
Oh, jeez. Come on, man. This kid's adorable, by the way. Like some teenager, he's like, oh, I get to go to this studio, have a little bit of a goof with these old weirdos.
And then there's...
Okay, by the way, Doe, so it's Doe Avenue. Vacant lot at 5512 Doe Avenue. Voter actually lives at 5512 Doe Springs Place and is registered nonpartisan. I didn't even know that's something you could... Isn't that... I thought that was just independent. Clerical error, not fraud.
Name voting at two different addresses?
Oh, we're still checking.
Okay. Maybe they might need to get Sada on the phone here.
Oh, I forgot. I got to make it clear, like, I can't stand Joe Biden. Like, I think Joe Biden was probably the worst option of all the Democratic nominees. So I'm definitely not here to defend Joe Biden. But the idea of, like, these guys like, Joe Biden sucks. He's the worst. This communist Joe Biden. Well, that's why we got to get the good guy, Trump, back in there. And that's what all this fraud stuff is about, because we love that better guy, Trump. I do feel like sometimes like I'm like defending Joe Biden. Like, Joe Biden won fair and square. This guy that I love, Joe Biden. Crime bill, Iraq war, pretty much everything bad that we're experiencing now in the world, Joe Biden. Yeah, he won. He won. I'm defending him. He won. Everyone's scared. Definitely not defending Joe Biden. It's just that, I don't know, it'd be a toss-up. Who do I dislike more? Who's more... Definitely Joe Biden's done more damage, probably, but Steven Crowder's more annoying as a person, I would say. So, it's just like, I'm just like, oh, who am I going to dislike today?
7801 Gomer Road now. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
So what is that exactly? That almost looks like it could be like an airport.
Vacant lot at 7801 Gomer Road. Voters registration shows 7745 Gomer Road. Crowder's error. So Crowder's team messed this up a couple times. Let's see. Yeah, so he got two of them wrong. It's okay, buddy. Is the Canadian school system not as great as we think it is? I don't know. Whatever.
Every year.
It's okay.
It's glamping. It's glamping. He lives in an old half plane.
Yes.
I wonder if in Canada,
I don't want cowards teaching my kids.
people think that.
This is my cockpit. I sleep here. I vote from here.
Do my civic duty.
I poop here. So what is that?
It's a little close. It's actually like
Named Joe Lewis. After he's not in here right now because he's been a little.
I gotta just back up, and I just love that their intern was listening to Aphex Twin while he. There's just something surreal about that. Just driving around listening to 90s experimental techno music. What would you call what was the Aphex Twin? Experimental techno? Driving around listening to experimental electronic music from the 90s as an intern for a right-wing oligarch-funded lunatic program on YouTube. Also, Steven Crowder just had a kid. He's talking about his baby in one of these clips. Oh, man. There's only... what we're going to say to that. And there's only one thing that I think of when Steven Crowder talks about his child.
I don't want cowards teaching my kids. Everyone's scared.
How do people feel about this person bringing another human life into the world?
Everyone's scared.
So there we go. There we go, guys. The P.T. Barnum we deserve. There was an article in like Current Affairs or something like years ago where it was about Jordan Peterson, and it was called Jordan Peterson, the intellectual we deserve. Steven Crowder would be the P.T. Barnum we deserve. The modern P.T. Barnum. Dumb soy P.T. Barnum. Actually, guys, I have a bunch of evidence that a bunch of ballots were placed in
Toilets.
Over 500 ballots I found in
Toilets.
And I have video proof that I shot on my phone, that I got my intern to shoot on my phone. And please like and subscribe. We should not have presidents anymore, I think. I think I'm solid on that. Just presidents just doesn't happen anymore. So there we go, guys. Steven Crowder, helping out the United States government by pointing out these clerical errors. So we gotta give it up for him, and we have to accept the sad fact that we have, just a lunatic. That a lunatic actually did win, and what's a nice way? I was gonna say a lunatic with dementia, but that's a little mean. A lunatic based on his horrible record won the presidency. So there we go. Another Hollywood elite condescending to the brave patriots of this country. And I think that maybe
You have a mental health problem.
I think maybe he's got a mental health problem, and he's definitely not part of
The muscular class.
Okay?
Bad Barbie. Bad Barbie.
Everyone's scared. Everyone's scared. I don't want cowards teaching my kids.
Well, there we go, guys. Just a dummy being a dope. And big shout out to Aphex Twin and the Asian kid who likes Aphex Twin, who listens to 90s electronic music. And
Bye 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 bye.
hey, everybody, and thanks so much for watching this video. Like all the other YouTube and podcast perverts, I now have a Patreon. Every week on this Patreon, I'm uploading 2
exclusive
Patreon-exclusive shows. They're like real shows, more produced, more edited. One of them is a behind-the-scenes show where I reveal all the secrets and YouTube scams that I'm doing. And the other one, I just reveal my innermost dark, cringe secrets.
and at the top level,
You can even become a producer of the show and get your name handwritten, hand art, hand-drawn at the end of every episode. So if that's something that you are interested in, check it out.
on Patreon.
I'll put a link in the, what is the thing called? In the description, I guess. So thank you so much, even if you don't. Thanks for watching this video. I know it's hard to get through these things, but I appreciate you.
Got comments, questions? Want to make a song out of the drops? Go to /RM Brown on Reddit. /RM Brown on Reddit. This show would be absolute garbage without the producers. Jessica Steppanoff. King Friday. Laura Campbell. Rajawa. Nefatsu Gustav Van Betten. Camilla. Young Slampy. Brian Hernandez. CS. Hey, is that CS? I don't know. Oh wait, yeah, it is CS. Okay, great. Dogs and kisses. Blistered thumb. Bree Gutierrez. Pixels green. Pick green. Old man Shia. And our favorite name so far, Hard Farter. I hope you're okay, Hard Farter. That sounds
The muscular class.
like a problem, to be honest. And a very special thanks to Mr. Quarth, Micah G, Mort Calypso, Roberto Vera. Who's that? What? Oh, it's Carl Hochmuth, or Hochmuth. I don't know, Carl, tell me how to say it. Love you! Terza. And don't cancel me for, I'm just reading a name, okay? Tardmaster. Annihilate. And special guest, Stabsterbait. Kevin Jigaleski. Oh, who's that? Oh, it's Mac. You know it's Mac. You can tell it's him. Krill Will. And we got D-Pad Chad. Burn Dubuel. Jake T. Sebastian Delgadillo. Charlotte Glass. CEO of the muscular class. Beth Van Diver.
I'm sorry about that, Beth. You know I love you.
Ray Anthony Cox. Eden Joy. Derek Stoker. Apollo Crow. Liz. Martin Lee. Chelsea G, Derek Jesus Christ Wilson, Matt Woe. Thank you to these beautiful, gorgeous, muscular, soaped up, showering probably 10 to 11 times a day producers.